Good day, YouTube. This is J Money with Falling Forward Financial. Just come across this article. I was gonna do this video yesterday and didn't get it done. This is the top electric car predictions for 2022. As you follow my channel, you know I cover a lot of EVs, Tesla, Ford, GM. I've covered quite a few: Neo, Xpeng, Li Auto, Rivian. I'm leaving out some, of course. You can find all those in the library. Also covered lithium, cobalt, nickel, anything, picks and shovels in regards to the EVs as well here on the channel. So basically from A to Z. But what does 2022 have in store for us in regards to electric vehicles? And that's always the question going forward in the future. I feel they have a great future. They're not going away by any means. They're getting more popular. Tesla sales are up. Ford, GM, those stocks are up. I was buying Ford last year at $5. I think now it's 19 or 20. And they got their dividend back in, so woohoo. But felt like 2021 was the year of the EV crossover. Tesla's Model Y quietly dethroned its Model 3 sedan for the best-selling electric car in the United States. 3 new entrants jumped into the top 5 EV sellers. Volkswagen, Ford Mustang. I've done videos on the Ford Mustang, Mach-E. My aunt and uncle in New Mexico just got one. Can't wait to go down there and visit and take a ride. The Chevy Bolt, I've been seeing some new Bolts out and about. Perhaps it should not surprise us because Americans love their crossover SUVs. Which I thought the Mustang was kind of interesting to see a 4-door and SUV, not the typical Mustang, but switching it up. Everybody wants an SUV and nobody wants really a 2-door car anymore. So, top selling vehicle model across 30 states in 2021 was the Ford F-Series, and the numbers we're talking about 5 times what the Model Y has done. That makes the F-150 Lightning the most important EV introduction in history. Mainstream vehicle will do more to establish, for better or worse, the reputation of EVs in minds of most Americans. So Ford's always had great sales on F-150. I see business people in suit and ties driving trucks. I don't have one. I'm a car person myself, but I suppose if I had an electric one, wouldn't have to worry about gas prices. It wouldn't be any big deal, but I'd definitely take one of these. But Rivian, I did a video on a Rivian a while back. The pickup truck and Tesla Cybertruck are interesting to watch as well, but they aren't growing the EV buyer demographics and geographic reach in the same way as the F-150. I'd have to look. It seems like I did a video on the F-150. I've covered Ford a couple times. Like I said, they just brought their dividend back, and they've been having a pretty good year, so I wish I would have bought more at the $5 level. Definitely last year I thought I bought enough and wish I would have bought more now. So, prediction, I thought this was interesting. Used EVs make electric mobility more accessible. I haven't even really shopped, but if I could get a used EV, depending on the price, I would definitely look into that. I don't ever really buy brand new cars, just because I'm a cheap ass, and just because they drop value after you drive them off the lot. Demo or pre-owned or slightly owned is a much better deal for me, so just my thought. One of the reasons EVs have not reached mainstream adoption at a scale is because of the upfront costs associated with them. Just what I said, while EVs mean operational cost savings compared to fully gas-powered vehicles, the initial price tag is what gets most of a purchaser's focus. Because of this continued increase in EV adoptions, will rely on the second and third ownership market. 2022 will see more consumers seeking out used EVs, and EVs finding their way to more middle and low income households. As supply chain issues persist, the availability of used EVs will help soften the impact of vehicle shortages and provide all of the benefits of new ones, but at a lower price point, making the electrification more accessible for more consumers. And here kind of goes over some predictions. EV owners are generally early adopters and ahead of the curve compared to other traditional vehicle owners. If you drive an EV, there's a higher likelihood that you will see the OEM app on your phone as an extension of the driving experience, and look at third-party apps to enhance it. Prediction: new EV shoppers will keep demand for leased and used EVs high. And again, just a prediction. I mean, I would agree with it as well. So the next wave of new EV models adds more variety and options for early adopters, as well as the early majority. But for many of the EV curious shoppers, the perfect EV to match their lifestyle is still a year or two away. So they're definitely going to be adapting and changing and upgrading the software and all kinds of stuff on these in the next 2 to 5 years, especially over the next decade. And you're just going to see more and more EVs on the market. Here's a video of the 2020 Hyundai Interior footage inside of EV. Some of these cars are just beautiful on the inside. All the gauges, switches, and everything. I just find it really appealing and looks a lot like a cockpit. So something you'd see in a plane. So prediction: bounces back in a big way. Major automotive players. Tesla I've covered quite a few times. I have the stock. I'm doing really well with the stock. I wish I had more. VW, it seems like I've covered once or twice. Ford I've covered numerous times, both in the United States and China, will increasingly lean towards lithium iron phosphate for EV batteries to replace the higher energy density nickel cobalt based counterparts. This will bring down prices for consumers and accelerate mass EV production worldwide. 2022 will be a comeback year for LVP battery technology. It is a dated technology invented in the 1990s with lower energy density than the NMC and NCA, as a push to reduce the amount of cobalt used in batteries to increase global reliance on supply from the Democratic Republic of Congo and human rights issues related to child labor mines. So always an issue with this type of thing. That's where you're going to catch your most negativity in regards to these types of products. New EV shoppers demand different shopping experiences. Tesla didn't just disrupt electric car design, they changed expectations of the car purchases experiences. In many states, Tesla online ordering and delivery eliminated steps that consumers like. At least several have followed suit with online purchase reservations for upcoming models. Just something I would never thought of, but again, that's different this day and age, as to shop for a car online. I would prefer driving it, of course, first, but add in popularity of the auto e-commerce sites with shoppers who hate haggling over price, and I predict we'll see more and more consumers demand a shopping experience that reduces or eliminates time spent waiting at dealerships. So there you go, everybody's wanting to shop for home even when it comes to cars. So prediction: 2021 commitments become realities. So they're going toward EVs, including the infrastructure bill, which included $7.5 billion toward EV charging infrastructure at the federal and local level. So again, there's charge point, power cell, fuel cell. There's quite a few out there. EVgo, I just did a video on EVgo. Those are all good stocks to hold if you're wanting to cover all of your bases in regards to EV. It's all got to go up eventually. That's just my opinion. Again, I don't give tax, legal, or trading advice, just stating my opinion here on the channel. We've also witnessed an emergence of regional and nationwide collaborations like the National Electric Highway Coalition, which represents more than 50 power companies, aiming to increase EV accessibility. In 2022, utilities will have a constant seat at the table and will provide governments and key stakeholders with valuable grid insights to ensure that efficient and equitable EV adoption is possible as federal funding makes its way into communities across the country. Here kind of goes over some more predictions. Startup make EVs even cleaner. And so they're always trying to make them cleaner and more efficient, more battery life, and the list just goes on. And so always trying to build better. Prediction: electric fleets visibly shift to be the rule rather than the exception. 2022 will see more interest from businesses in adopting electric fleets. Fleet electrification makes economic sense. It can save them up to 40% on maintenance costs and up to 50% on fuel costs, which all of this right here that I just read makes me think of Workhorse. I'm slightly PO'd at Workhorse. I just did a video on them. I've actually done several videos on Workhorse, but I'm down on that one. I think I got my cost basis down to 12 or 15. It was 19. Recently bought some more, and so you'll just have to watch that video. But if you have any favorite EV plays out there, or any picks and shovels, lithium, I've covered lithium videos as well, so I'll link those in the description for you to watch, and give you some ideas on how to make some money on some of those stocks. And if you haven't smashed that like button yet, go ahead and hit that for me, as well as subscribing and hit the bell so you're notified of when the next videos drop. And I thank you for watching. Happy trading, happy investing, stay green. Cheers.